We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. Ranking defense officials of the Philippines and the United States met to discuss ways on how to improve the defense cooperation between the two countries. The meeting held at the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command in Honolulu, Hawaii, was attended by Defense Officer in Charge Under Secretary Jose Faustino Jr. and U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin III. Highlights of the meeting includes the importance of the bilateral defense relations between the Philippines and the United States and ways on how to further improve defense cooperation and interoperability between the two armed forces. This includes information sharing with the end view of further enhancing the credibility of our alliance and recognizing each other as equal partners in advancing their respective interests and promote peace and prosperity in the region. Faustino and Austin's meeting comes at the culmination of the planning cycle of the Philippines and the U.S. bilateral defense activities for next year. The Department of Education is working on some private sectors and organizations for the construction of more disaster-resilient facilities in the country. In a press briefing, DEPED spokesperson Michael Poa said about 165 schools are reportedly damaged and would need about 1.17 billion pesos for reconstruction or repair. He said the DEPED is coordinating with the local government units for temporary learning spaces while considering immediate interventions for some areas with no available space at the moment. The department also targets the immediate downloading of funds to the regions heavily affected by Typhoon Karding.
Ngayon po, yung ating strand sa administration headed by Undersecretary Ablan ay pinag-aaralan na po yung tinatawag nating disaster resilient schools. So in collaboration with the private sector and other organizations, pinag-aaralan na po nila kung paano natin may improve yung school designs natin para maging disaster resilient po siya. Ngayon po, pag meron na pong malalabas na bagong design, kasi meron din po tayong MOA with DPWH that is set to be renewed soon. So, dun po natin din ipapasok yung mga detalye para po masigurado natin na yung mga itatayong mga paaralan po natin ay up to spec and also disaster resilient.
The bus timers installed at the stations of the EDSA Carousel aims to improve the operations of buses. 13 of the bus stations in the EDSA Carousel now have timers that indicate when a bus can load, unload, and move. Bus drivers and passengers have noted faster trips when the timers are used. The Department of Transportation said it installed the bus timers in cooperation with the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority to improve loading and unloading times at the EDSA Carousel. The DOTR said it plans to establish additional bus stations, particularly in Camuning, Tramo, and Magallanes. It will also expand the bus stations in Monumento, Bagong Barrio, and Guadalupe. The DOTR will also add to the 550 buses already plying the EDSA busway in time for the Christmas season. The COVID-19 positivity rate in the National Capital Region has increased in the past 7 days, according to independent monitoring group OCTA Research. The positivity rate, or the percentage of people positive for COVID-19, increased to 18.9% as of September 28 from the previous 17.5% on September 21. Meanwhile, the reproduction number, or the number infected by one case, decreased to 1.10 as of September 26 from 1.28 as of September 19. On the other hand, the healthcare utilization rate for COVID in Metro Manila remained at low at 35%, while the ICU occupancy rate also remained low at 29%. OCTA fellow Ranjit Rai urged the public to continue following the minimum public health standards such as the wearing of face masks and hand washing and get their booster shots. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head onto the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Office of the Press Secretary and Radio Pilipinas RP1. Stay tuned for more news updates. I am William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change. Good afternoon, everyone.